It's no secret that pontoons have come a long way. Over 23 feet and triple logs is pretty much the norm now, and everyone wants it to look great and go fast. Luckily, we have a boat that does both of those things. So in this Mydealers.ca digital test drive, we're going to take a look at the 2016 Manitou 230 Encore. So the 230 Encore is kind of that standard pontoon length now, like I talked about at the start. It has facing loungers in the front as well as facing loungers in the rear. This is probably the most popular layout in the boating industry right now in terms of pontoons. Everyone loves this because it's functional as well as it creates the most amount of open space. This has built-in speakers, a change room, seaweave matting, and a center floor locker. The captain's chairs on the Manitou 230 Encore are first rate, as the armrests go up and down, and as well there's even a bolster built in. The helm on the 230 is well appointed but quite simple. I like how it's just a simple molded fiberglass stand. There's a spot to put your items, drink holders, and now you have a center gauge package with a tack on the left, speed on the right, and a spot to mount electronics here in the center. Switches are aircraft style toggle switches. Like I mentioned earlier, there's facing seating in the rear, and it has Manitou's signature hinge series where those seat cushions are going to lift up and pull forward to give you full access to the storage in below. Now the Encore also has triple log package, but the most exciting thing is what's powering this boat. It has Evinrude's brand new Gen 2 E-Tech 150. This is the new expansion of that successful and very impressive Gen 2 line. But you can't really see what it's all about at idle, so let's head out and test out the performance. So when Evinrude first introduced the Gen 2 E-Tech, it started at a 200 HO and moved up from there. Those engines are great, but they're not what's most popular. What you want to be in is in that money 150 range. So they started with a brand new block and engineered it to be from 150 up into 200. So it's a 66-degree V6 block, and what it has is basically everything you want in a motor. Fuel economy, torque, and just overall performance. So as we continue to talk about the added features of this motor, again, it's not just horsepower, it's convenience. So one of those things is the iTrim. This motor automatically trims itself. And you think, oh, I can drive a boat, I can do that, but it's so much more than that. I can set up for a tight turn, and you notice I don't have to touch the trim at all. And you got to listen for is this motor isn't cavitating at all. That means that it's trimming down to the optimal setting so that it's not going to cavitate and lose connection with the water. What does that mean? Well, you'll notice I didn't take my hands off the steering wheel. You can stay focused on what's ahead of you and keep both hands on the wheel. When I first got my hands on the Gen 2 series a couple years ago when they launched it, I was blown away, and you think, how can you make this better? Well, you make it better by making it more accessible. So having this motor be in the 150 horsepower range, you're going to have it for boats like this. The hottest selling boat in the market is a 23-foot pontoon. And now when you can get performance like a G2 E-Tech on the back, I think they're going to start selling even more of them. For Mydealers.ca, I'm Matt Spencer.